Hi, I'm Dick Clough. I'm co-founder of NOCA and chairman of this month's One Industry Forum series. So we're talking this month about advice, and my sidekick Lisa Ryan and I are out touring Cleveland today, talking to marketing and industry leaders about advice that has had an impact on their life, their career, and their business. And the first six of these interviews follows right now.
My name is Frank Bird, and I am the publisher of Inside Business, Cleveland Magazine, Pulse Magazine, and Live Well. Hey, the best advice that I ever got was, no matter where you go, you take yourself with you. And it really made me realize that if I wanted to have the career that and the expectations that I had to have a career, were really relying upon myself. In all actuality, the grass may seem greener on the other side, but it's truly not. And you know, you can make the most of the situation that you have by doing the best that you can where you are. So the reality of it is the attitude that you bring to the office every day, I think really dictates, you know, the success that you're going to have or not have. You really can't blame anybody else for where you are in life other than yourself, because the only person that can really put boundaries on you is you. And that advice that I got early on, I think you know, really helped me figure out what I wanted to do and where I wanted to do it.
Hi, I'm Jim Tabazinski. I'm president of NOCA, and I'm here with Tori Buck. And Tori and I go back a long way. We went to high school together. We were teammates, roommates, fraternity brothers in college, and we've been friends all our lives. And now we're starting a business together. And we're going to share a couple pieces of advice that we've gotten over the years. And Tori, go first.
One of the pieces of advice that I always got, because you get involved with things playing football, is it's not the size of the man in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the man. You used to do this because you're playing up against some monster who's 40 pounds heavier than you are, and it's sometimes better than playing against some guy who's 40 pounds lighter and is kind of a real aggressive guy.
The other advice we're going to have is something we got from our college football coach, and he said, you know, you can win games with good athletes, but to win championships, you need good people. And that's a very important lesson for business. You have to surround yourself with good people all the time. People that you work with, people, suppliers that you work with. You really need good people if you want to succeed. And that's our advice. And that's as much as you're getting from us.
Hi, I'm Lisa Ryan. I am Chief Appreciation Strategist at Grategy. And the words of advice that I was given a long time ago by one of my virtual mentors, Zig Ziglar, is that you can have anything in life that you want as long as you help enough other people get what they want. I also come to my own conclusion that you can also get anything in life that you want as long as you're grateful for the things that you already have.
Hi, I'm Phil Stella with Effective Training and Communication. The best advice I ever give people, I learned a long time ago from Dr. Tony Alessandra, and that's the platinum rule. And I share this all the time in my presentations and training workshops and with my coaching clients. Far too many people go around life driven by the golden rule: do unto others as you want others to do unto you. It's a nice concept, it just doesn't work. And Alessandra preaches the platinum rule. Simply stated, it's don't do unto others the way you want them to do to you. Do unto others the way they want you to do to them. 180-degree different, but very significant. I tell my coaching candidates and clients, it's 10 times harder than the golden rule, because you can't do it on autopilot. You have to individualize it. But it's 100 times better. So do the math.
Hi everybody, I'm Andy Blocker with a company called Tricor in Cleveland, Ohio. We manufacture point-of-purchase displays. I got two pieces of advice. One is that always basically do the next right thing, and I found that helps through anything I'm doing in life, either with partners, with customers, with employees. As long as I'm doing the next right thing usually happens. The other one I have, a friend of mine told me a long time ago, he said to me, I was selling him some things in it was in the display business, and he was in the audio industry, in the video business. And I had a huge proposal to him, and I gave him the price, and the guy looked me square in the eyes, and he goes, you know, Andy, he says, pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. You want to take another look at that price? And I never heard that statement like that before, and I thought about it, and I went back and redid the price and came back to him. Naturally, we got the business and was very successful and did a lot of business in the video business over our lives. So remember that one, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered.
Hey, I'm back again with the last of the interviews, and let me say, here's my own best advice. It's from Henry Ford, who said, think you can, think you can't. You're right. And you know, that's a good reminder for me that says that I can do anything, achieve any success if I put my mind to it.
I'm Barney Taxel. I'm the president, founder, and photographer at Taxel Image Group here in Cleveland, Ohio. So I've been asked to speak about the best business advice I've ever gotten. And I'd like to tell you about a note that I got from a very good friend of mine in 1998. His name is Peter Moraldo, and Peter Moraldo was the premier photo finisher in Cleveland for many, many years. He was the person who made all of us look good before the digital age. And Peter sent me a note, and I think I'm going to read it to you because I still keep it near my desk. This is a quote from E.W. Elmore. It's not half as important to burn the midnight oil as it is to be awake in the daytime.
I'm Tiffany Myronek, and I work at Cleveland Magazine. And I have to say the best advice I've ever been given was to be myself and to make sure that when I have an issue or something that I need help with, to go to the person that's going to help me accomplish that and make it happen. I have to say the easiest thing to do is to complain to someone that can't help you solve the problem. And when I was a manager, I also told my employees that they should come to me always so I can help them solve that problem. And I think that's some of the best advice I've ever gotten when it comes to being in the business world. So I hope that helps, and thank you for letting me be a part of it.
It's John Etwart. I have a writing practice and a coaching practice called Working with Words. Thanks. So in terms of advice about career or whatever, I'm real big on mentorship. I'm a mentor to some people, but I'm just kind of returning the favor of some mentors of mine. So my kind of uber mentor is a guy named William Zinser, who has written about 18 or 20 books. He's kind of the writer's writer. And he wrote probably his most important book is on writing well. I took it out on a boat, and I think it was 1988, read it, thinking I was going to read 2 or 3 chapters at 8 in the morning or 7 in the morning, and I read the whole book. It was so compelling. But the cool thing about that is I've really retained over the years a friendship, a mentorship, somebody that once a year I go and see. I stay in touch every couple months by. He still doesn't do email, believe it or not. He actually blogs for a magazine, but doesn't do email to this day. So we stay in touch the old-fashioned way by letters and phone calls. And the advice, encouragement, support I've gotten from that is just beyond anything I could even say in 2 hours. But so when I think about advice, I think about specific mentors. It's anchored in specific people who have something to teach you, really by an example of their life. So.
Hi, Barry Levitin with Print Communications. My advice comes from my father, who at the age of 13, in the middle of the Depression in 1931, moved out of the orphanage which he was living in. My father was an orphan, and he had a very tough life, but when World War II broke out, he was the first one to enlist. He enlisted a second time and a third time. Came home in '46 from the occupational forces in Korea. When I came home from high school and I had straight A's, but I got a B in health, my father says to me, "Why didn't you get an A in health?" And so I said to him, why do you always push me so much? And he says, ask for more than you want, and maybe you'll get that and a little bit more. So consequently, he taught me about raising the bar and raising the bar high. And I raised my children the same way. And another one of his mottos was, never say it's good enough. And one time I said that to my son, and he reminded me what my father said. Never say it's good enough. Always keep the bar high. Thank you.
I'm Jennifer McCutcheon-Carabinas. I'm owner of Yoga Tree Cleveland International. And the best advice ever given to me comes from a quote from Anna Freud. I was always looking outside myself for strength and confidence, but it comes from within. It is there all the time.
My name is John Moore. I'm with Moore Communications. And the best advice I ever got was from my wife, Mary. It's going to sound very self-serving. But the advice was, we had been planning a trip to go around the world for a year in the early 70s. And I was starting to back out at the last minute because my job was going very well. And I didn't want to take a chance on coming back into the workforce and not being able to get a job or as good a job. And I said, you know, Mary, maybe we ought to put this trip off until after we have kids or, you know, in the future sometime. And she said, no, I think we should go right now. And I took her up on it, and we traveled around the world for about 11 and a half months. We went down the Nile from Cairo, down into East Africa, and down to Rhodesia, which is now Zimbabwe. And that was the best advice I ever had.
Hey, I want to thank Lisa Ryan of Grategy.com for helping us today to do this video, and here's Lisa.
Hi, it's Lisa Ryan again. Just wanted to invite you to the new networking group that I have co-founded called the Positive Thinkers Network. If you'd like more information, you can go to positivethinkersnetwork.com, and we look forward to seeing you at an upcoming event.